Hey everyone, hi. It's Monday night again and it's tilt time. Remember, if you're not tilting, you're wilting. I love that saying. But no, you know what? I think I just want to take a moment right now and thank you. Every single week you guys come out and every single week our audience is growing and growing. So, that's our goal. Our goal is to be the top motivational hangout on the net. And we couldn't be happier that you've joined us. And in return, we promise to bring you an hour of pure value to assist you in reaching your goals, your dreams, and more importantly, your freedom. If you're new here, please make sure to introduce yourself in the chat roll. We'd love to meet you, and we are fired up about tonight. We love doing this hangout for you. The dreamer, the doer, the entrepreneur, that's you, the person longing to make every day Freedom Day. So before we get started, you might want to grab a pen and paper because this is going to be one of the deeper ones, if you can get any deeper than what we've actually talked about in previous Hangouts. But I don't use that word lightly because I hate to say guarantee because people, are expecting something. But guess what? Please expect it tonight because a lot of your questions are going to be answered about getting straight with your vision and how you do get straight with your vision. And once you're straight with your vision, how things can change. So please, please grab something that you can write on because later on we're going to go through something that's really going to blow your mind. As David Wood said last week, it's going to blow your socks, your underwear, your pants off, everything. So this is going to be good. That's how good it is tonight. So, but anyways, tonight's topic is where is your vision plane headed? This is such an important question. Such an important question. And if you've made the decision to go after your vision, whatever that vision is, but I'm sure it's extremely important to you, and you are the only one that can imagine that vision in your mind. I can't see into your mind to say, oh, this is what Zen wants, or Erica wants, or Shirley wants, or Sherry wants. I can't do that. Only you can equate your vision to a visual picture. So let's talk about the decision and how to go for your vision and how that actually affects your vision. When you make a no-nonsense decision, you sign up fully and you vision regardless of what gets flung in your path. And trust me, stuff's going to get flung in your path. It's making a decision isn't for sissies. It's a very serious, serious, serious moment. Because the moment that it gets hard or it gets expensive or puts you at risk of looking like a moron, if you haven't made a decision, you'll quit. You'll quit. So often we pretend that we've made the decision when what we've actually done is signed up to try until it gets too uncomfortable. And this is why the decision is so, so very important. If you had an idea and had to go up against a room full of people that were looking at you and saying, we know better than you do, would you stand your ground and say, no, I need to stick to my guns. This is what I'm going to do? Would you? Or if you needed some money to start your new business and the only person that you could think of to ask was maybe a rich uncle that you weren't really crazy over, and he never remembered your name anyways, even though he sees you at Christmas time, would you go and ask him for it? Would you? Or let's say if you were sick and tired of feeling fat and unsexy and out of shape and the only time you could make it to the gym was at 5 a.m. on freezing winter mornings when you're all snugly in your bed, would you go? If you've made the decision that you are going to reach your vision, you will do whatever it takes. Period. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And the one little tidbit that I want to tell you too is when you make this decision, you've spoken it out to the universe. You've spoken it to the Lord. You've told whoever it is that you want to hear. Start listening and start looking for the signs, because they will pop up, and that's how you're going to achieve your goal too, your vision. So let me give you an example. I can't believe I'm going to give this example, but I'm going to do it, and it's about myself and making a decision. So back about 8 or 9 years ago, when Sam and I first moved to South Carolina, oh, we were so broke. We were way over $100,000 in debt on nothing, and $70,000 of that was Visa cards that I can't even say what we spent it on. Yeah, we weren't good money managers at that point, but those days are gone behind us. But anyways, back to being broke. We were broke, and his mom was going to be celebrating her 70th birthday, and we lived like way over 1,000 miles away from them. We were going to fly there, and they were going to have a birthday party for her in April, and we knew this, and we knew we couldn't go. We knew we didn't have the money, and it was killing us because we just thought, how can we do this? But every extra cent we had was going to pay off bills and trying to get us ahead and keep the interest paid down anyways. And so we came up with a plan to get there. And that's what I mean about start to look at the vision. Start to really open your eyes and your ears. Now this is where it gets good, so button up your seatbelt and hang on for this ride when I'm going to tell you. But it was New Year's Eve. We had 3 months to come up with some kind of money or some kind of way of getting there, because we couldn't afford the $600 to fly up there and back. So we knew what we were going to do. At the time, one of the local fast food chains around the city, well, around all of United States, was offering this promotion. And if you went in and you bought one of their great big cups of soda, you got one little coupon off of it. And you tore that coupon off, and if you got 64 of those, you got a round trip to anywhere by this in the United States by a, I don't want to name the airlines, but it's a very reputable airlines. They were offering this. It was 32 coupons for one way and then 32 coupons to get back. Well, that's a whole lot of heck of sodas to drink, plus the expense of it to drink was just crazy. So it was New Year's Eve, and we knew that the restaurants were going to be closing. These local fast food restaurants were going to be closing around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and nobody was going to be bothering with their trash until probably January the 2nd. So we went to the movies, and we walked out, and about 5 minutes after midnight when we walked out, we looked at each other and we kissed each other Happy New Year. We got in our car and we proceeded to go and dumpster dive for the next 6 hours. And what we were doing was we were going after those big cups. And I actually drove. I was in the getaway car, and Sam, poor Sam, like I mean, can you imagine smelling like French fries and oh, I think to this day he still can't eat at this restaurant. But you know what happened when we got home? Because we just kept, we weren't counting, we just kept getting cups and cups and cups, and we weren't really, it's not like we were stealing because it was somebody else's trash. You know, the old saying that somebody else's junk is somebody's treasure. Well, that was our treasure. We got home, and we had 566, was it 66 or 88? 588 cups. We got 8 flights. Okay, we were only after 2 free flights, but we ended up getting 8 free flights out of dumpster diving. Now, here's the good part about it. We didn't know this. We went online and we registered with this airline. Well, lo and behold, you were only allowed 4 flights, like 2 apiece, 2 for Sam, 2 for me. So we gave the other 4 away. Do you know how good that felt to give somebody that couldn't afford a flight a flight? Holy crow, that can change somebody's world. So what is the point behind this story? And I'm going to die if my kids are watching this tonight, because I don't think they know that their mother was dumpster diving. But anyways, I did what I had to do. What is the point? You have to be prepared to do anything it takes. You have to be prepared to roll your sleeves up. You have to be prepared to get dirty. You have to be prepared to do things that you would have never done before in order to make your vision come true. And that's where I can guarantee you, if you do that and you work at it, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see your vision come to fruition. So this is where being connected to your vision and having an unshakable belief in the not yet seen is so critical. It is so critical. You know, there's no big mystery to this stuff, folks. If you want something badly enough and decide that you will get it, you will get it. I'm telling you. You've done it before. You lost weight. You've gotten a job. You've bought a house. You've quit those nasty habits. You've gotten into shape, started your own business maybe. You just need to remember that you can do anything in your life, even if things that you presently think are out of your reach. You can do it. And, you know, there's plenty of people out there in this world living the kind of life that you only dream about living someday. Many of them are far less fabulous and talented than you are. Really, they are. The key to your success is that they decided to go for it. Their success, pardon me. They stopped listening to their tired old excuses, changed their lousy habits, and got on with it. Getting clear on your vision, well, to me, it's like giving birth. Conceiving the vision is the fun part, hopefully. Then you go through those insane amounts of fear and excitement and dreaming and planning and vomiting and thinking you're crazy and then thinking you're awesome and stretching and shape-shifting until you practically are unrecognizable to everyone, even your own self. And along the way, you clean up the throw up, you massage your aching back, you apologize to all the people whose heads you ripped off in a hormonal killing spree, but you stay the course. You stay that course because you know that this baby of yours is going to be the bomb diggity. It's going to be that. And finally, just when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, the labor starts. And your insides are twisting and turning, and they force you to humble over and shaped like a C while you breathe and you pray and you cuss. And just when you think it can't get any more out of your mind painful, a giant baby squeezes out of your body. Then a full-blown miracle appears, and your vision becomes real. You know, not too long ago, I did an exercise on how to be clear on my vision. Up to that point, I truly thought it was all about the money for me. I really did. And after this exercise, I realized it wasn't anything about the money. And I think that's what you all have to be prepared for, is that what you think it is and what you end up with, is not going to be the same thing. I'll admit that the money is a nice perk, but it is way more, for me anyways. It's way more than that. I am here on this earth to make a difference. And that is what hit me upside my head when I did that exercise, my purpose. I'm telling you right now, I am here to make it so that mom and dads can be stay-home parents. I am here to make frequent family time a priority. I am here to make giving time and money for tithing and charity easy. And I am here to make vacations monthly, none of this yearly junk. I'm here to make it possible to have time to enjoy life. I'm here to be able to shop at and buy the healthiest foods available, not the cheap junk. I'm here to help the insecure and the weak person realize they are powerful and they're strong. I'm here to help every single person realize that they have a voice and they have something that needs to be heard. In other words, to empower them. I am here to help people know they can have it all. And folks, that is my vision, and nothing, I mean nothing, nothing is going to stop me from getting there. And that's my vision. So, you know, if you can relate, great. I hope you can. You know, I know the other three of you beautiful ladies out there right now have some visions too, and some input into this, what you want to share with us tonight. So I can't wait to hear it. I hope it doesn't involve dumpster diving. Hey, you just never know what people will do. But you know what, Shirley, we haven't seen you for a few weeks, and I'd just love it if you could show your beautiful face to everybody and talk to us about what you want people to know about their vision.
I'm assuming you mean me, Nettie. You said Shirley. You call me Shirley every once in a while, and I'll take that as a compliment because I adore Shirley. I think she's amazing.
My goodness, I am so sorry. Yes, Carrie. Hello. This is what old dog.
Some people know and some people don't that I've been through some major, massive life changes in the last week. And what's been interesting is to look at where I've been in resistance of my own vision. And I'm bringing that up because I wonder how many people are in resistance of their own vision. And what might be possible if you actually allowed yourself to be as big as you are and as big as who you're becoming. And we talk a lot about the law of attraction, but what we don't talk a lot about is the law of emergence. And the law of emergence talks about how like an acorn, the oak tree exists in the acorn. Just like you, everything that you are, everything that you can be, all of your potential is packed up inside of you right now in this moment. Just waiting for the conditions to burst forth and bloom in a way beyond what you can even imagine for yourself. And what I had to realize for myself is that even though I coach people all the time into their greatness, what I've recognized over the last week is that there are some areas in which I'm still playing small. And that stops today. My vision is bigger. Your vision is bigger. Sorry. And the world needs to hear from you. The world needs to hear from you. So when I think of vision, Vision is your picture of success. And what I'm going to challenge you to do, because Eric is going to come on later and talk about an exercise with visioning, escalate your vision. Grow your vision. And don't play small. Don't play small. Make your vision inspiring to you, and inspiring enough to inspire the people that you share it with. Communicate that, live it, embody that. There is only one life that you get to live here. And regardless of what your esoteric belief is about reincarnation, this is the only time this set of molecules that's you exists. Don't waste them. Don't waste this opportunity. Don't waste this moment to be you, to fully be you, to fully express who you are. And I had a lot that I was going to say specifically about visioning, and as usual, I never talk about what I think I'm going to talk about. And it never comes out quite the way that I think it's going to either. But know that you have something of value. And know that you can create a life beyond your dreams. And know that playing small does not serve you, and it doesn't serve anyone else either. So with that, I don't know what else I can say, because it's really just about being you. Embody you.
Well, Sherry, I think you said a truckload, a boatload, a plane load. I mean, you really did. And thank you for showing us your vulnerability. We've said it before with our Hangouts, and we'll say it again. When we get on here, we get raw and we get real, and you won't find a group of people that are any more authentic than we are. We're not going to feed you a bunch of BS. And Sherry showed you that in spades tonight. Thank you so much, Sherry. We love you. We all love you.
Love you too.
Oh. So, yeah, and play big, like she said. I mean, her words were hitting me like, I think we all minimize ourselves too much. It's kind of like the airline tickets. We only wanted 2 and we got 8. So go for it. Go for your dreams in a big, big, big way. Okay, Zen. Hey, I'm going to bring you up, dear. I would love to hear what your vision and what you have to say to these incredible people out there tonight, too.
Thanks, Nettie.
You're welcome.
I always keep a little noteboard with things that I want to talk about, so that's why I reach over and write different things as y'all talk. But I'm just going to say in 30 seconds, I did a dumpster dive because by accident I was trying out my new Spanish lessons on my housekeeper, and I said, no basura, no basura. And she threw my brand new lamp in the dumpster. So I had to walk out and dumpster dive, which was hysterical to my 15-year-old. She took a snapshot of that, but I'm not posting that on Facebook. I wanted to talk about the broader vision and a few things, because I was watching a few different things, and I'm sorry I can't name what they are. I'm not good about labeling which inner circle audio or whatever that I'm listening to or video that I'm watching. I don't write that kind of thing down. I just take the powerful note out of it and walk with it. But somebody said, if you want to make 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month or whatever that number is, how does that person think? What do they do? How do they act? And I thought that was interesting, because at certain points in life, I've made those amounts. And that's not to say that it's not where I'm at now, or do I need that now. It's just that if you can step into the role of where you want to be, become that person. I don't care if you want 300 extra bucks so you can buy killer organic food so that you could just start to live a healthier life. But if you can step into that and actually embody that, and I think I said that during one of the other hangouts, embodying what it is that you want to become is part of the deal. And now I'm going to launch into a little bit of the vibrational energy part of it, and I hope it's not too woo-woo, but this actually was from an Inner Circle audio that I was listening to today. And it was about Tracy Walker. I kind of glommed onto this one sentence that she said, because I call it mind, body, spirit, but she said, until you mentally, physically, and spiritually have breakthroughs, your financial breakthrough probably isn't going to come until you have those breakthroughs. So I tend to not want to say don't do, because do whatever you want in life. But to me, if you're staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning and causing your health to deteriorate to make something happen, figure out a better way to do it, please, because you have to have your mind, body, and spirit in action to have those breakthroughs that'll help you get through to that place where your financial breakthrough is huge. Okay, so I wanted to move on quickly because I had a friend call me, and they're 43 or 4 years old. And they told me that they were talking to a parent on the phone, and they're not in network marketing, but their vision is to buy and sell homes. And they don't have a lot of money to do this. But I got to the why with this person, and then I said, well, are you going to let other people get in the way of your vision by just saying, well, this could fall through on a transaction, this could happen? We all know these things. That's the side issue. That's the little tough stuff that I don't even consider it tough. It's like being in a relationship. Do you go into one without expecting some conflict? You can't, because conflict is natural. It's normal. It happens. You're two separate beings, just like and it's always, conflict just occurs. It's how you handle it that matters. And in this instance, having that vision way out there is what really makes it matter. So I'm going to move on to your global vision, what I call the global vision, because this is even broader. Maybe you have a vision that's completely global. You want to help everyone have clean water. That's a goal that you would like to take your money, your 30K, your 50K a month, if you hit that, and at that point, that's when you're going to dedicate funds to this global cause of getting everybody clean water on this planet. Or you have a local cause, like our Amy. She was into dogs and getting them rescued, getting rescue dogs to homes. I have to honor that in her, because she was so vehement about it. And see, that's something that when you reach certain levels of finance and your breakthroughs with your mind, body, and spirit, that's the broader vision. You can do that. You can help all these dogs get homes, get rescued. This is awesome. And then, maybe your vision is you want to have 2 annual visits, vacation/business, with your big, humongous team that you help change and shape their lives for something more positive. That would be awesome. That's on my list of things to do for sure, along with some charity organizations that I would love to get involved with on a bigger, deeper level. I want to be on their leadership councils, because my life is good. It really is. And I just want to tell you, because I'm going to wrap it up so that Erica has time to speak. This past week, I was writing my why, and I was a creative writer from way back, but I haven't written in a while, not this way, stream of consciousness, just handwriting, because I've gotten into writing on my keyboard and recording with Dragon Dictation, and I just have stepped away from the old notebook. But I got into page 2, and I suddenly got into a story about my father, which turned out to be part of my why. He taught me how to be how I am, help people no matter where they're at, uplift them. I don't care where they're at. You listen to their story and you help reframe it so that they can move forward and onward and up in a positive way. And so I formulated that into a blog post, and I have to tell you that that was my highest open rate ever on any email. And it was well over, it was 66%. And out of those people, I know, out of that amount of people, I got private emails saying, wow, your father sounds like quite a man, or Gee, that was such a touching story about, you know, your life where you went with, you know, a hairstylist and hypnotherapist, and how you harkened back to your dad about helping people, listening to their stories, and in listening to their stories, setting them free. Because once people verbalize things that they've been holding on to, because I can tell you as a hairstylist, people told me things that they wouldn't tell their best friends, okay? And part of the reason, because I didn't see them out socially, and part of it was I have my fingers in their head. People hit those vulnerability points with you, and they would, and I'm approachable as a person, I'm trustable, and they would tell me some of the deepest secrets that they were holding on to, and I'd say, it's cool. You're free now. You just said it. I'm not here to judge you, so you're free. You said it free. And that's what happens when you tell your own story and you listen to other people's stories. You set them free. And now, like Sherry said, you have no idea how big you can actually be until you set some of that stuff free. Dumpster diving for airline tickets. That's awesome. I think it's a great story. But at the time, it probably felt a little bit strange. Here I am, a grown woman, dumpster diving. You know what? As a grown woman, other women that I know have done that, plus some things to get back on track, get that focus back to a larger vision. And sometimes we need just that boot in the butt coming from a friend or a loved one to say, you know what? You are so much more than that. And so I'm going to tell you right now, that's what I'm here to tell you. You're so much more than that. So much more. So whatever you're writing as your why after Erica walks through this exercise, I'm going to tell you that when I wrote that free-forming story, and my full vision still isn't done, and I'm 10 pages into that, but I stopped to write a blog post while I was inspired because my father just struck me, and of course I was crying the whole time I was writing and dictating it, so I had to stop and I had to formulate it into something in his honor. But at the end of that, it was so enjoyable and it was so cool to see so many people respond to it. So people resonate with the stuff that you're holding on to. So let it go. Let it go. Find out what your broader picture is. And to me, the fact that so many people opened that up meant that so many people want to hear what I have to say. And I've been holding back. I don't reveal. And in that one, I actually revealed the relationship between my father and I, how I got to that place, how he helped mold me into who I am now. And that's amazing stuff. So you need to release your inner stuff and go for that broader vision. And now I'm going to wrap it up here and just say, Erica is going to help you now to do exactly what I'm asking you to do. So let's engage in that exercise and go for it. And I'll turn it back over to Nettie or Erica. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Zen. I think we've come from all different areas tonight with everybody on the vision, and I thank you for that, every one of you, the two of you that have talked after me. But right now, I want to make sure all of you have a pen and a pad of paper in front of you. Please, if you don't have it, I'm going to give you 10 seconds or 15 seconds to grab it, because this is a necessity if you want to be successful in your business and you want to be clear on your vision. Erica is going to show us tonight how to get that clarity. It's amazingly powerful and soul-releasing stuff that she does, and I've done it once before with her. And maybe when you get the pen, get the Kleenex too. you might just need it, but I guarantee you it's worth it. So I hope we've given everyone enough time to grab something to write with and write on. And Erica, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sweethearts. Thank you. I'm just really blessed and grateful that I have actually so much time to do this exercise properly. You know, when I thought there was going to be like 5 of us on tonight, I thought, yeah, I can squeeze this into like 7 minutes. I can make it happen. But darlings, you're in for a treat tonight. It looks like I have about 20 plus minutes to get this done, which is more than I need. So if you choose to do this exercise properly, you will have a breakthrough. But before we get really deep, I have a confession to make. I've been a dumpster diver too. If you ever start getting
See,
a little bit,
I mean, okay, to all those ladies out there and men, you're welcome to our tribe if you've at least dumpster dived once.
the story's hilarious. If you ever get a bit high on your horse, trust me, the universe it'll take you down a notch if you just think you're the shit, the diggity bomb. And I have to share the story really quickly because I'm just making sure that you've all got your pen, your paper, and ready to go. I had bought myself a high-end sports car, and man, I thought I was the shit. I really thought I was just I had a little bit of a swagger in my step when I walked to this car. I thought stuff. Funnily enough, I thought owning this car would make me feel like a different person. It just made me feel stupid, to be honest. But one day, as I was going out to my car, prancing around, I had garbage in one hand and my water bottle in the other. But what I'd forgotten was I had twisted the key ring of my Flash sports car around my middle finger. And as I flung my garbage into the trash, along went my keys. And I didn't realize, I just couldn't work out where are my car keys. And I'm like, oh no, oh God, no. No, they're not in there. Yeah, they're in there. So I had my house key, everything was on this key ring, so I couldn't even go back into the house to change. I had to start wearing what I was wearing to get my keys out. And of course, they couldn't be on the top of the trash. No, they had to be at the bottom with the eggshells and the puke at the bottom. And I jumped out and I'm like, yeah, there's one way to come down to earth. I just thought I'd share that with you. So, darling, I have dumpster dived too. So maybe that's one of the entry points of getting into tilt. I don't know. Go dumpster diving. But darlings, by now I hope that you have a pen. I hope that you have a piece of paper. And I hope that you are willing to get vulnerable with yourself. Okay? No one is going to know the answers to these questions but you. And I say this a lot, when you're being asked questions, it's okay to lie to other people, but don't lie to yourself. Okay? That's just really kind of dumb, It's okay to, keep up appearances around other people, but when you're talking to yourself one-on-one, get real, okay? Because you are the only person that can really help you. It starts with you first. So let's get real tonight. Okay, we have time. Awesome. We're going to take this nice and slow. Okay, so write this question down. What we're doing is an exercise called creating your well-formed outcome, because we think we want things for a certain reason. But when we really sorry, I'm going to stop talking about diving. But when we really dive deep, something far more profound will come out. So, darlings, let's get started. We're going to build outcome. So the first question is, what do you want? What do you really want? Now, the first time I did this, just to give you an idea of where I went, because it'll help you with your breakthrough, I had a money figure in mind. So whatever it is for you, what do you want? Is it a thing? Is it, like a house? Is it a car? Is it time? Is it money? What is it that you really want? And I'll just give you a couple of seconds to think that out and write something down. We have time. We're not going to rush this. So what do you really want? Okay. Now, you should have something written down. The next question is, write this down. How will you know you've achieved your goal? How will you know you've achieved your goal? So what evidence will there be that you have gotten the tangible thing that you wanted, or what evidence will there be that you're doing the thing that you wrote down in question number 1? What evidence will there be in your bank balance? What evidence will there be in your back office? What evidence will there be that you've achieved your goal? How will you know? Okay, you've got to know when your thing turns up. So I'll give you a couple of moments to write down an answer for that. How will you know you've achieved your goal? Alrighty. So hopefully you've all written something that is showing evidence of you achieving your goal. Number 4, write this down. What resources do you need to make this happen? What resources do you need to make this happen? Okay, so resources. Do you need education? Do you need products? Do you need, I don't know, to hit a library? Do you need something? What resources do you need to make this happen? Whatever it is that you need. Do you need the help of other people? Do you need tutors? Books? What resources do you need to make this happen? Okay, moving on. Question number 5. What do I need to do to make this happen? What do I need to do to make this happen? So, do you need to get up earlier in the morning? Do you need to stay up later at night? Do you need to turn off the TV? Do you need to turn off the radio? Do you need to turn on some inner circle audios? What do I need to do to make this happen? Do I need to learn a new skill? Do I need to apply myself to something I've never done before? What do I need to do to make this happen? Do I need to get to an event? Do I need to start hanging around like-minded people? Do I need to stop hanging around some people? What do I need to do to make this happen? All right, darlings, moving along. Question number 6. Can I achieve this alone, or do I need other people to make my goal happen? Okay, I'll repeat that. Can I achieve this alone, or do I need other people to make my goal happen? Okay, so can you do this by yourself, or does it require a family? Does it require another person? Does it require a community? Okay, can I achieve this alone, or do I need other people to make this happen? Okay, now number 7, be really honest with your answer. This is really powerful. What are the advantages and disadvantages of achieving my goal? Example here, because I thought this question was dumb. I thought, how can there be any disadvantages of me achieving my goal? And when I got my answer, it flattened me on the floor. One of my goals was to become more personally developed. One of my goals was to be a better person through personal development. And I thought, well, how could there be a disadvantage to that? Really? And when I got the answer, man, of me moving into personal development was I realized I would be moving away from my family, because personal development is it's woo-woo. It is so far out there. It's not a comfortable place to be. And I realized that if I went down this path, I would be moving away from them. And it happened. Okay? I'm not saying I can't get back there, but it's a divide now, because I speak language. I think differently. My family don't know the new me. Okay? So be honest with the answer you give here. What are the advantages? We can all see advantages, okay? But what are the disadvantages of achieving a goal? Because it's the disadvantages that may hold you back psychologically from doing what you need to do. But if you are aware of what may happen, there's beauty in the awareness. There's beauty in the truth, okay? So, again, what are the advantages and disadvantages of achieving my goal? Alrighty, moving right along. Number 8. What does achieving this goal mean for you? What does it mean? When you have this goal that you set out in number 1, what do you want? Whatever you wrote down, question number 1 of what do you want? What does achieving this goal mean for you? So let's say you wrote down like a number. Let's say you wrote down a money figure. Let's say that's your goal. You want to achieve, X per month. Let's say it's 30K per month. What does achieving that goal of making 30K a month mean for you? Okay? Does it mean you can do stuff? Go places? What does it mean for you? Does it mean you can buy stuff? Okay? What does it mean for you? Now, whatever you wrote down, the question number 8, what does achieving this goal mean for you? I want you to look at your answer. And I'm going to ask you this. When you have achieved your outcome, what will this mean for you? Look at what you just wrote down in answer to question 8. What does achieving this goal mean for you? And look at your answer. You've achieved your outcome. What will this mean for you? Write it down. Okay, and look at the answer that you wrote. And I'll ask you again. When you have achieved your outcome, what will this mean for you? Whatever you wrote down just a moment ago, look at your answer. Whatever you wrote down, whatever it means to you to have this outcome, whatever you wrote down, look at that answer. When you've got those things and you're doing those things, what will that mean for you? Does it mean you're a better person? Does it mean that you're a contributor? What does it mean for you? What does it mean? Now I want you to look at what you just wrote down. And I ask you again. When you have achieved your outcome, what will this mean for you? Look at what you just wrote down. I want you to dig deep. When you have achieved your outcome, what will this mean for you? Close your eyes if you have to. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, your outcome, what will it mean for you when you've achieved your outcome? Close your eyes, visualize it, feel it. Already. I'm going to ask you one more time. Look, when you have that thing that you just wrote down, when you have that, what will this mean for you? Dig deep. And I'm going to ask you one final time. Whatever you just wrote down, look at that and ask yourself this question. When you have that thing that you just wrote down, what will that mean for you? Because when you have answered this question once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5 times, when you have answered this question 5 times, you will know the truth of what achieving your outcome will really mean for you. Now, if you're struggling with this exercise, it's all good, because you can replay this hangout and do this exercise again. When I first did this exercise, I had a money figure. I had a money figure in mind, and I thought that this money figure would mean something. Now, if you've been following any of my posts on Facebook, you'll realize that I've had 2 major times in my life where I've really had slapped to my face that money's not my motivator. I thought it was. And it's not that money's not the motivator. It's not the things that I can do with the money that's not the motivator. The deep, 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 deep-seated need in me that is fulfilled by making a dollar figure. When I did this exercise, I worked out that it makes me feel worthy. Worthy. Somewhere in my life, I've been invalidated. I have been made to, and it'll come out one day, not today, but there'll be a story that I'll share one day. But I learned when I was about 3 that I wasn't worthy. I was less than somebody else. And it was played out in many arenas in my young childhood. I went from being, the apple of somebody's eye to being garbage. I literally went from being the center of this person's whole world, like being held right here, to being left on the doorstep because someone else came along. All of a sudden, I was nothing. So at the age of 3, I realized there's something wrong with me. Like, I used to be this, and now I'm nothing. So it's taken me all of this time to work out that anything that I've tried to do in my life was to make me feel worthy. And it's funny because when you can get honest about why it is you're doing what you do, all of a sudden you're free. Like Sherry was talking about, you're free. You're free. When you're truthful with yourself, a weight is lifted from your shoulders. You're free. Because now you understand why you're doing what you're doing. And chances are, if you're in the personal development world that we're all in, your motives will be pure. But it's about you acknowledging what your true motives are. So, darlings, I hope that exercise has help some clarity on what your vision is all about. You know, I said this when I first started in this business. You know, we started it to create an income because we had no jobs. We'd quit our jobs. We'd gone home to save New Zealand. I still think that's so funny. But somehow I had this kind of vision burning in me. Like when I saw the circles on the ships, I'm like, my God, I can take this home and I can save New Zealand. I had this vision of going from Auckland to Wellington to Christchurch and Queenstown, and we're going to be doing all of these, you know, hotel meetings through New Zealand. I'm like, people are going to go crazy when they see this thing. No one did. I'm like, oh well, I don't get to save New Zealand. Okay. But then Empower Network came along, and the vision kind of came back. I'm like, oh, no, this can work. No, I can make this fly. And it wasn't until after the last event in Orlando that my vision became so freaking clear. And you'll see it in my profile pic on my wall. It's so clear. 5,000 people, financially free, within 10 years. That's it. That's my vision. I didn't know it before. It took me 3 years to work out what my true, certified, clarified, defined vision is. And darling, then I'm retiring. I'm going to the beach. I've had this dream house in my head since I was in my 20s. I know what it looks like. I know where the bath is. I know where the bed is. I know where the veranda is. I know where I'm going to be doing my yoga in the morning. I know where my fruit juice mixer is going to be. I'm walking out. It's there. Okay? It's there. And now that my vision is crystal clear, I'll have it. I'll have it. So when you get crystal clear that you can walk into your vision and you can see it, that's when you know you're on point. That's when you know you're treading the right path. But you got to see it. You got to see it. You got to feel it. You got to visualize it. It becomes you. All right, my darlings. So I'm out, sweethearts. We've got 3 minutes before we wrap this up. So I'm going to hand it back. Please redo this exercise if you need to. God bless. See you next week.
Thank you, E. That was the second time I had gone through that exercise, and it was amazing for me how much quicker I could come up with the answers than I could 10 months ago, because of the fact that I know I have grown as a person. I was the same as you. It started out as a money figure, but once you dig deep and you dig deep and you dig deep and you dig deeper, it's funny what really comes out and what it is that you're looking for by achieving this. And I just want to take this moment and say thank you to all of you. It was I think this was one of our best tonight. But the other thing is, if you that are watching us, we're all in Empower Network. And if you can't figure it out that this has given us, Empower Network has given us, it's like getting a whole new arm or a new leg or something, because we just are loving life. And when we do have our downs, like Sherry said, she's been through massive change in her world in this past week. We're here. We're here for each other. We're here. We needed a community, and that was one of Erica's questions. What do you need to get there? You need a community. And the Total Inspired Living Tribe, that's what we're all about. Dang, that's what we're all about. We've all got crystal clear vision, and I'm, you know, Erica's got a number of 5,000 people. I've got a number of bringing home 50 families in the next year from work, from their JOB, which means just over broke. So Zen has her vision, and Sherry definitely has her vision too. I just want to tell you that if you are thinking about doing something like this, don't just think. Go big. Go do what Sherry said. But think big and take a risk. Take a chance. Like we said, this isn't for sissies, but oh my gosh. This I will guarantee you. I don't care how much money you make. It will change you inside. It will change the pit of where you are from. You will look at things so differently. And it's such a blessing. So get back to the person that invited you to this hangout if you're interested, or you can push the Get Started button that's just right below the picture that you're looking at. If you've got more questions, hit us up on Facebook, any of us. But We've got a new little tab on our window that you're looking at, and up at the left-hand corner where it says, just above where it says, where is your vision plane headed, it says replays, and right beside that it says FAQ. And that is all your answers that you need for Total Inspired Living Tribe. But if you happen to have something else that you want, means reach out. Everything, for all the affiliates out there, everything is coded to you. So if you've invited a friend to be here tonight, they can click on that and the coding will go to you. So I think we've covered just about everything for y'all tonight. Keep that vision going, and for gosh sakes, you woke up on the right side of the ground this morning. Let's do this, okay? Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you all back here next week. Love y'all.